Welcome back to the studio session. We're going to do something a bit different this week. Last couple of times we started something new. This time I already have something going, which I'm just going to work on for this session. So we're going to see where we get to. I'll play it now, and this is what we're starting with. So there you go, that's what we have. And it's Town with an Ocean View by Joe Hisaishi from Kiki's delivery service, but at 140. And it's kind of got something to it, man. It's teetering on the edge of being altogether far too kitsch. You know, it is incredibly kitsch, obviously. I'm not denying that, but I think there's like room for us to maybe find a place where it's just a bit less sort of like, you know, it's always going to be a bit like that. You feel me? Because it's like just the nature of the beast. It's a very sort of whimsical, pleasant sort of melody. But in the actual composition, which I am going to have to reference a few times while we do this, you know, there's more tension, I think, and more sort of danger, which at the moment, not quite getting. I think it's just maybe the layering could come different, you know. But I think we'll get there. I think we'll work it out. So we're going to see where we get to here. So one thing I want to do, I think, just for the intro, is I'm going to change up this 808 here, like a secondary 808 that's sort of maybe a pitched up and also just has a lot more of a slow attack. Maybe yeah, like that. And then maybe I'll just pitch it up 12. There you go, see? But I even sort of feel like this now. Let's turn this down a little over here. I think this is too loud. And at the moment, nothing in the Polyend, and I had quite a lot of thoughts about stuff that I want to do in the Polyend. And the thing about the Polyend is as well, obviously because at the moment I'm working like one Polyend project for what will be all 16 of these different scenes / tracks. So I'm kind of managing memory a lot on there. There's a lot of things I'd like to do on there, but unfortunately, because I've got the OG tracker, the inbuilt memory is quite limited per project sort of thing. And then it's also like, you know, I previously had this bit in the intro. But I think what we have to do for this intro part maybe is just go and get all of this out of the intro, so it's just going to be like... So we've got that, and I am kind of basing the arrangement on the, like I want to sort of like take a lot of tabs from the actual composition sort of thing. So I think maybe what we'll try is we'll try this, and we'll try sort of like... There's the dog. Okay, so I just think I need to like work on the composition to kind of give it more emotional weight. I think it's too sort of static, and I've got that sort of melody on the top there just out on its own. I think I need to sort of write in some more support for it to kind of give it more drama. The melody is okay just on its own on top, but maybe the bass notes need to be stacked on top of with more chordal information. Yep, so I think what we need to do here, go into this, so it's like... And we'll just work out some nice chords. And then we're just going to have it do that same 8s pattern because I think it's just really important for the rhythm overall. Yeah, and so then we've got like this basic... maybe actually, because we've got this sort of section here, maybe it should just be brighter the whole time. No, I hate that last note. Did you hear that there? That sucked. That sounds like fucking trash, dude. Sounds like hot ass. Don't think we need that in there, but yeah, that's kind of cool. We've got way too much reverb on this thing. Okay, I mean, I'm starting to feel like it's a bit more there, and it's all about like the journey as well, you know. So. Okay, maybe what we'll do, is just try and quickly mix it down so it makes sense. Let's just unmute this stuff. We'll bring this all the way down, this all the way down, and all of the stuff in the Digitone all the way down. Okay, so we've got the... God, there's an ugly... Listen to how ugly that is. Let me just make that really short as well. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's kind of a cute little drum beat. It's really clicky and simple. Okay, so then we're going to start to fade the bass in here. And you know what else might be nice actually at this point? Is to get like a copy of this and put this up. 19 semitones. Cool, man. I always think that the fifth doesn't really add any like emotional value at all, having it on top, but it does just give like power, you know. It's like that second voice that just sort of points to the first voice again, like, yeah, that's where we are, and it just sounds like some bad boy chiller crew or something. Now you got the, you know. All right, cool. There we go. So I'm happy with that element. Let's blend in the next bit here. And now I'm just sort of making a few tweaks to the lead. Now I'm hearing it on its own. Yeah, when I just heard that lead before, I just really wasn't actually that happy with it, to be fair. It's just kind of so, I don't know, it's goofy and not in the right way, you know, it's just goofy in a bad way. So just going to try and work on this sound a bit more, I think, and try and make it sound a bit nicer for this section, you know? Okay, so we got that in there. Let's get this next bit in. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. That sounds kind of cool. Just doing a lot of tweaking still, a lot of tweaking. And then from there, we're gonna have to get it. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. What we sort of need to do, I think, is like, it needs to lead in. See, the really important part of this melody, in a sense, is the note just before the first beat. We need to go, okay, I know what we need to do. We need to go sounds, yes. We need to go sound manager. We need to go view pool. And then we go down to the bottom of the pool. And we go here, save to here. And let's call it Kiki, do you love me? Are you? No, fuck with that, man. Just remembered who wrote that song. And change that trig to be there. So there we go. So now we've got this sort of like... I will get to the polyend, I will. Just a few things to sort out here. Yeah, see? And then we just have the right note there before we, you know, come on. maybe we want to go like here with the sort of Kiki 2. So them. But I think it's fun to sort of do it in the main part, you know? Yes, okay, right, so over here now, what we'll have is, should we start from the start? I think we will. And I think we'll start from the start with, I will do some of this classic fill. Give it the instrument, I think it's like one of the really start ones here. It's kind of like really fucking loud these days, dude. Yeah, that's what you do. And then you get this one, and you do the same thing. Fill. Except what we want to do there, of course, is change the number of events to maybe 10. Try that, fill. And we'll do the instrument to be number 12, so it's on that side. Woo! Yeah, boy. That's a banger, straight off. And do we have this one? Is it the same volume as that one? No, that one's really loud. So let's have it like at 14.4. I love that, man. Ooh, that was nice. Okay, so then we're gonna get the old we'll get the roll going. Get that random roll from that one to this one. And then when we put that in, it sounds like this, except that's every note. We don't want that. We want to get fill just where there are notes. Fill. And then what we need is to have the traditional explosion time. Each. Whoopsie. There we go. Yeah, mate. Lovely job. And I think then we're going to have some... We're going to use that jungle thing. We'll hit the jungle sort of... Yeah. I love that. And then we've obviously got to get a build going, you know, like a sweep up. Even at the end here, we could go with a sort of like snare just rolling all the way up or something. For 4 beats. Maybe even for more, you know, from 97 maybe. Fill, instrument, snare. I've got a snare up here. I'm just using the same one. Sorry, I will talk into the mic, I swear. I promise. There we go. Fill. Yeah, cool, man. Why not? Why not? That's all sounding good to me. And I think at this point, I'll use the texture lane here to maybe have like, if we've got like a really big, wet clap sort of sound. Yeah, can we try and process that in terms of what we need? So then we go into sample editor here. Time stretch beat. Yeah, let's try that. I actually don't know how to use this. Let's just hit apply and see what happens, man. It's kind of cool. Let me hit the bit crush here. It's kind of fun. Overdrive, yeah, let's give it some overdrive. Okay, So, feedback. Let's get this around 205. That's a little bit fast. Oh, shit, look at that now. Make it quite a lot quieter, please. Yeah, I mean, okay. And then we've got this really long, like, crazy delayed, gross sounding sound. It loads into the project. It's now going to be a really big file because it's so long. which is fantastic. Drop that in there. Yeah, that's fun, you know. Just this really nasty snare sound. That's kind of dubstep, right? Dubstep, you always have a really nasty snare sound. Isn't that right? Anyone? Anyone know anything about dubstep? Care to inform me? Clearly, I have no fucking idea what it's about. What the hell is this? You can see where I'm going to go with this, though. I'm going to sort of try and... yeah, we're approaching the 2 hours mark. Okay. You know, and we didn't even get close to sort of like putting the, you know, developing the section with the other kind of melody part yet. But, you know, that's fine. We just do what we do. Now we could get a little bit more fruity with the with that jungle lick there. That's cool. That's cool, man. I can live with that. Whoa! I don't know, man. I think it's taking shape, though. We just need some sort of like extra rhythms in there, man. Maybe we can load up a bit of a little shaker sound in here. I'm gonna put it in granular mode here. Position, sort of here. And then what we can do is we can get the granular position here, and we can go LFO, and we can go every 1 step, maybe every 2 steps, you know. Let it be random, but not very much, you know. Just a little bit, you know. Bit of that. You know, I wonder if this sound here, part of its issue is, it's just too on the nose. Now that we've got more brightness in top of the track with these sort of like drums and effects and stuff that we put in, I think we can afford to have that slightly kind of harsher thing. Okay, and then you know what? After this, it is going to be time to try and attempt in that last section here to attempt this sort of change, the melodic change that happens in the song. It's actually a bop, man. Okay, yeah. So actually, no, before we can continue, I was going to do something over here. Like, do you know what I mean? Even that. You know, you could do some really clutchy little, like, you know, something really... Yeah, get in. Come on. Okay, so how are we going to make that work when we've got this... This step, you know, is this 128 step pattern. So I have to do the halftime page over here. So doing the really techie little squiddle like that is going to take a bit of thinking about, but we can make something work. What is that? What is that? No, man, that's not quite right. Oh, mate, no, not like that. I kind of joked a second ago. I don't know if it will be in the recording or not, but I was like, yeah, okay, maybe the next one we make will do the sort of off your nut style bass line thing. But I think this is actually that one, to be fair. It's one of the silliest things I've ever written. It's absolutely one of the silliest things I've ever written, man. Just gonna write that bit. Okay, well, we're just gonna call that a little bit a day for now because I mean, it just is. It's just it needs so much work if it's ever gonna hope to work. But overall, I still think that we did pretty well, and we'll do one last little recital here of where we got to. That fell apart so hideously. And you know, also listening to it, I am concerned that perhaps it actually really, really sucks. But oh shit. This will be the actual one now. And honestly, I spent like 40 minutes doing that bit, but at the moment it needs so much work that I'm just gonna pretend it's not there. You know what, I'll even get these and put them all the way over here, away from the ones that are the main ones, and we'll just see how we get on. So Kiki's delivery service, but make it 140. Okay, that's it. Bosh, we're out of here. I'm going to be late. I'm going to go. Thank you very much for tuning in. See you next time.